Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here, and welcome to my review for the Bakugan Battle Planet Battle Pack. This is effectively kind of like a starter kit. You get 2 Bakugan Ultras, actually they're right here, and then you get 3 regular Bakugan. You got the cores, and the character cards, and the ability cards. I haven't really covered stuff like this before. I actually got a ton of requests way back in the day, early when I started my channel, back when Bakugan was a thing back then. And I saw these in the store, something new. I kind of thought it was interesting, and I thought, why not? Just because I always kind of wanted to grab some of these, and it always makes me think of the 21 Jump Street movie, hence the opening. But anyway, let's take a look at them. Let's just go ahead and get this part out of the way first. You got these little bits here, the little cores, which you use to make up the game. You also get like instruction. This, you can see all the little bits on here. You can also, that's not where I meant to start that, sorry. You also have like instructions, which I'll show in a second. It comes with instructions. For whatever reason, mine came with just 2 instructions on putting back together the same one, because this is the Pyrus, Maxotaur, Aquos, Mantonoid set, and it comes with like 2 sets of instructions for putting like the Mantonoid back together, and he's like green, and then it comes with a little rule booklet. Like, I think it was a mistake. I think it was supposed to come with instructions for both of the Ultra guys, but it was like they sent 2, unless that's just the way they roll, because that's the more difficult one to them. I don't know. I don't know how they roll with that. And then you got the cards here, which have a fantastic new card smell. But there's Mantonoid Ultra's card, Pegatrix, Maxotaur Ultra, Fangzor, Hydrus. Then you got the ability cards here. Alright, now on to the main event. Let's save the Ultras for last. So, if you're familiar with Bakugan, you know, it's pretty simple. They're kind of like the Insta-Transformers, where you basically just hit a button and they transform instantly. In this case, you roll them, but you're going to want to, like, actually put a little force behind it. Not like, boom, that was a boom noise, and break them. But, you know, you're a little bit force so they pop open, because if you just gently roll it, then nothing's going to happen. So, you know, there you go. I didn't mean for that to be so off camera, but it just pops open. Then you got the design here. Got Pegatrix here. I quite like all the ones in this set. I think they're kind of fun. This guy's kind of like adorably awesome. He kind of like looks like Pegasusmon if he was like smaller and dorkier and greener. But yeah, and then when you put them back together, it's super simple. The standard ones are a lot simpler than the Ultra ones, and that makes it sound like the Ultra ones are actually really complicated. They're not. They're just a little bit more involved in these, whereas like you can kind of see exactly how these are going to fold back up. I say that as I accidentally get the leg stuck. There we go. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. So super easy. It's super easy, he says, struggling with it. All right. Wow, what a fail. There we go. Oops, I didn't intend for him to continue to roll. This one's super simple, as you can see. I actually really like the design for that. I kind of wish you didn't see all this bit here, but I do kind of like how clever the design on this guy is, and I like the color scheme to him. Like, the idea of an Arctic looking snake is super neat. But again, super easy to snap back together, like so. Here's our other basic one, who's a super unique design here. I actually thought he looked more like a weird, like, platypus creature or something, but he's definitely got a unique design that looks quite different than his card, in my opinion. Kind of almost like a dorky looking design. I really dig the color scheme though. It's very alien-like, with the black and the purple and the green. I don't know, it's kind of a color scheme I've seen before, but I feel like I don't see as often as some other color schemes that are kind of more basic of that type. Alright, so now we have the Ultra ones. They pop out just the same. You can see that they're a little bit bigger, a little bit more complicated. They're pretty easy to get back together though still. I mean, these aren't super high class Transformers or anything, but they are just easier, or a little bit more complicated, quote unquote, to put back together than the other ones. But it's still pretty simple. Like, just, it involves a lot of like securing things behind things. Like, you see these feet here, you just fold them so they're secured behind this flap, and that kind of goes nicely. Same thing for here, just fold these back. And this one, this is the only one that I have a problem with. I mean, because it's the Ultra one, so it's super hard. But of like trying to get it to stay together while you're getting everything all set. But, you know, once you get it, whoops, I didn't mean for it to, I kind of pressed it a little too hard there. But yeah, it's still super easy. I'm gonna kind of, I meant to leave them all undone so that I can do a, like a lineup of all of them when I'm done here. Okay. Oh, there we go. I didn't mean for him to flop all the way over. But here you got this guy. He's kind of an interesting one. He's kind of my least favorite, I think, of the bunch. I do like the idea of his color scheme as well. Like the blue is kind of a different choice for like a Mantis type character, which I think is interesting. But like again, probably still my least favorite for some reason. He's probably the most involved in terms of putting them back together. It's still, again, these are very simple. They're designed to be like simple fun, you know, transforming back and forth, flinging them out and putting them back without too much, you know, thinking about it. But basically you just like fold these into each other here and kind of fold it around first. Like fold these all the way here so they come around before you do that. It's just like a little bit trickier in terms of like lining everything up and making sure that everything sticks together nicely, you know. There you go. So you get the general idea for him. I'm just gonna actually kind of leave him set up so then you know the concept, because look, that's what they look like before and after, guys. Here's the lineup of everybody in the set. We'll put the other Ultra next to him. There we go. So yeah, overall, these are fun little things. I definitely see why kids were into them back then and will be into them now. I think it's a really cool idea of being kind of a hybrid card game. I'm kind of a sucker for like little collectible monster things, so that's why I decided to just kind of pick them up on a whim because we're in kind of a drought right now. But I think they're pretty fun. I think kids will get a kick out of it and get a kick out of the game. If you're into this thing like me, then maybe, you know, just pick up one for fun because they're just kind of, you know, fun. I think they're pretty well done. I like the way that they work. They don't feel too cheap. This is the only one that's kind of hard to finagle with, but that's not too huge of a deal. But yeah, these are fun little bits. If people like these reviews, I might do a few more because there was a couple of the individual ones I thought looked interesting. So just let me know what you think, and maybe I'll pick up a few more of these and do that. But yeah, like I said, it was kind of weird to see these back on shelves because the new series is kind of like a reimagining of the old series, like the original series. And it reminded me of when I got all those requests back in the day to cover Bakugan, and I was just trying to cover so many other things at the time that I didn't have the time, but now we're in kind of a lull. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, don't forget to climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications for all my videos. Until next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.